Yogi Berra was 19 years old when he commanded a 36-foot rocket boat on D-Day, bombarding Nazi fortifications under direct fire. While dodging enemy machine gun fire on Normandy beaches, he was developing leadership skills. 2 years later, the same hands were holding a baseball bat at Yankee Stadium, leading the team to World Series as captain. From rocket launchers to home runs, from combat zone to baseball diamond, how did this incredible transformation happen? And how did the D-Day experience contribute to making him a baseball legend? Yogi Berra's story isn't just a sports success story. It's also the perfect embodiment of the American dream. From Italian immigrant family to World War II hero, from war veteran to baseball Hall of Famer, from working-class St. Louis boy to American cultural icon. Lawrance Peter Yogi Berra's journey from his birth in the Dago Hill neighborhood in 1925 to his death at age 90 in 2015 shows an incredible combination of courage, perseverance, and humor. Here are the incredible details you'll see in this story. Yogi couldn't afford baseball equipment as a child, playing with broken bats and using makeshift gloves. He quit school after 8th grade to financially help his family. But his baseball passion never diminished. During the D-Day mission, Yogi's rocket boat bombarded Nazi strongholds from 300 yards distance. Enemy fire was intense, but Yogi showed calm leadership and led his crew to safely complete the mission. This combat experience significantly strengthened his confidence and decision-making abilities. Throughout his Yankees career, Yogi won 10 World Series championships, a record in baseball history. 3-time American League MVP, 15-time All-Star, Hall of Fame catcher. The list of achievements is endless. But more important than numbers were his personality and leadership qualities. Famous Yogi-isms became part of American culture. It ain't over till it's over. When you come to a fork in the road, take it. Nobody goes there anymore, it's too crowded. These sayings seemed nonsensical, but often contained deep wisdom. The most impressive part is this. Despite war trauma, Yogi always remained positive and optimistic. His face-to-face experience with death on D-Day taught him to appreciate life and treasure every moment. Before we dive into Yogi Berra's incredible story, let us quickly introduce ourselves. On this channel, we share the world's most inspiring true stories. We tell tales of the power of human will, the limits of courage, and the epic journeys of people who achieved the impossible. If you want to watch more of these compelling stories, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. This way, you'll be notified immediately when we upload new videos. We also love interacting with you in the comments. Share in the comments below. Now, let's get to Yogi Berra's magnificent journey from St. Louis Dago Hill to Navy enlistment, from D-Day beaches to Yankee Stadium, and from World Series glory to Hall of Fame immortality. Yogi's story shows us that character is forged in adversity, and true leadership can transfer from combat to sports. War experience, team leadership, clutch performance, all of these were necessary foundations for his becoming a baseball legend. Are you ready? Then, let's begin this incredible journey from Italian immigrant boy to American icon. Lawrance Peter Berra was born on May 12, 1925, in the Dago Hill neighborhood of St. Louis, Missouri. His father, Pietro Berra, was an Italian immigrant who worked at a local brick kiln, while his mother, Paulina, was a housewife. The nickname Yogi came from childhood friend Joe Garagiola, inspired by Lawrence's way of sitting cross-legged like a Hindu yogi in Dago Hill. Dago Hill was a working-class Italian-American community, and families were struggling to survive during the Depression era. The Berra family lived in a modest home, and Pietro's brick kiln job was barely sufficient to support the family. Economic hardship was a character-building experience for the children. Yogi's childhood was a typical immigrant neighborhood experience. Italian was spoken at home, traditional values were emphasized, Hard work was expected, and education was a secondary priority compared to survival. Neighborhood kids played street baseball with makeshift equipment in vacant lots. At age 8, Yogi joined his first organized baseball team, the Stags AC. It was a local playground league, but competitive. Yogi demonstrated natural athletic ability at an early age. His hand-eye coordination was exceptional, his competitive spirit was fierce, and he developed camaraderie with teammates. School was an academic challenge for Yogi. English was a second language at home, and classroom struggles were constant. Teachers were patient, but the curriculum wasn't designed for immigrant children's unique needs. Yogi preferred outdoor activities to the classroom. His baseball passion continued to develop throughout his elementary school years. Every available moment was spent playing, after school, weekends, summer breaks. He naturally gravitated to the catcher position because the leadership role appealed to him and he could control the game from behind the plate. Family financial pressures increased when Yogi became a teenager. Pietro's income was insufficient, and additional earning sources were necessary. Yogi faced a decision: continue education or work full-time to help the family. After 8th grade, Yogi quit school and began working full-time. He tried various jobs: delivery boy, shoe factory worker, waiter. None were particularly appealing, but each contributed to family finances and developed his work ethic. Baseball remained a constant passion, despite work obligations. He participated in amateur leagues during evenings and weekends. His reputation began to grow in local baseball circles for his exceptional catcher skills. In 1943, a major life decision approached. World War II was raging, and young men faced the inevitability of military service. Yogi decided to enlist in the Navy rather than wait for the draft. Adventure appealed to him, and military service was a patriotic duty. Navy recruit training was conducted at Great Lakes Naval Training Station. Military discipline required adjustment, but Yogi adapted successfully. Physical conditioning was initially challenging, but his athletic background helped significantly. He received specialized training assignment as a seaman in amphibious forces. Landing craft operations, beach assault tactics, rocket boat gunnery. The skills were deadly serious, but Yogi's approach was characteristically optimistic. Advanced training continued in Norfolk, Virginia. The 36-foot rocket boat crew training was intensive. Navigation, communication, gunnery, maintenance, teamwork. Yogi's leadership qualities began to emerge, and he was promoted to crew chief position. In spring 1944, Yogi's unit was deployed to England for D-Day invasion preparation. Training exercises were conducted along the English coast to simulate actual assault conditions. The reality of war was approaching, and tension was mounting. Pre-invasion briefings were detailed and sobering. Normandy beach defenses were formidable. Machine gun nests, artillery positions, obstacles, mines. Casualty estimates were high, and mission success was uncertain. Yogi felt fear, but duty overrode it. On the evening of June 5th, final preparations were completed. Weather was marginal, but Eisenhower decided to proceed. The invasion fleet was massive, thousands of ships, aircraft, and personnel. Yogi's rocket boat was part of the convoy. At 04 hours on June 6, 1944, Yogi's rocket boat launched from the mothership. Omaha Beach was the target, and the mission was to suppress Nazi fortifications before infantry landing. Darkness was complete, and tension was extreme. The approach to the Normandy coast in rough seas was challenging. The 36-foot boat was pitching violently in the waves. The crew was seasick, and securing equipment required constant attention. Yogi's leadership qualities were critical to maintaining crew morale. As dawn broke, the Normandy coastline became visible. Nazi fortifications were imposing, concrete bunkers, gun emplacements, beach obstacles. The enemy was aware of the invasion approach, and preparation was evident. The rocket boat attack formation was organized 300 yards offshore. The mission was simple but deadly. Deliver concentrated rocket fire to Nazi positions to disable their defensive capabilities. Return fire was expected and intense. The first rocket salvo was launched at 0630 hours. Yogi maintained a calm demeanor in his command position for crew confidence. Rocket accuracy was excellent, and Nazi positions took direct hits. Enemy return fire was immediate and fierce. Machine gun bullets were splashing in the water around the rocket boat, and several boats took hits. Yogi encouraged his crew and continued firing methodically. Leadership under fire was natural, and the crew responded positively. The second rocket barrage was even more accurate. Nazi gun emplacements were silenced and beach obstacles were partially cleared. Mission objectives were being achieved, but the cost was significant. Multiple boats were damaged and casualties were sustained. When infantry landing craft began approaching, Yogi's boat provided covering fire. Supporting fire was critical to suppress remaining Nazi resistance as American soldiers waded onto the beach. The battle continued for hours. Ammunition resupply was required multiple times, and Yogi coordinated logistics to maintain crew efficiency. His natural ability for combat leadership was demonstrated. By noon, the beachhead was established and Nazi resistance was largely overcome. Yogi's rocket boat had successfully completed its mission despite casualties. Pride in accomplishment was mixed with sorrow for fallen comrades. During the post-battle period, Yogi reflected on the experience. The proximity of death was sobering, but he was grateful for survival. Military service strengthened his character and built confidence in his leadership abilities. In the following months, Yogi participated in additional Pacific theater operations. Island hopping campaigns, amphibious assaults, support missions. His experience broadened and his skills were refined. At war's end in 1945, Yogi contemplated transitioning to civilian life. Military service had been valuable, but his baseball passion remained strong. He decided to pursue professional baseball. St. Louis Cardinals scouts had noticed Yogi in local amateur games. A tryout opportunity was offered, but contract terms were disappointing. Simultaneously, the New York Yankees showed interest with better terms. The Yankees offered a $500 signing bonus, which was a significant amount for a working-class family. Yogi accepted the offer, and his professional baseball career officially began in 1946. His minor league assignment was with the Norfolk Tars for development. Adjusting to professional baseball was challenging. Higher skill level, intense competition, constant evaluation. Yogi persevered and gradually improved. In late 1946 season, the Yankees called Yogi up to the major leagues. His Yankee Stadium debut was emotional. A childhood dream was realized. Initial performance was modest, but potential was evident. In the 1947 season, Yogi established himself in the regular catcher position. Casey Stengel was the manager and immediately recognized Yogi's abilities. A mentorship relationship developed with mutual respect. In the 1947 World Series, Yogi experienced his first championship. It was a 7-game series against the Brooklyn Dodgers and was intense. Yogi's solid performance contributed to the team victory. In the following years, Yogi consistently improved in all aspects of the game: hitting, fielding, game management, leadership. His skills were comprehensive and earned recognition league-wide. In 1951, the American League MVP award was presented to Yogi. It was recognition of his individual excellence and team contribution. The achievement was validation of years of hard work and military character development. During the Yankees dynasty period of the 1950s, Yogi was a central figure. 10 World Series appearances, multiple MVP awards, all-star selections. Success was unprecedented in baseball history. Famous Yogi-isms began to develop as media attention increased. Quotes seemed nonsensical, but often contained profound wisdom. His personality was endearing, and he became a fan favorite. The leadership qualities developed from military service were invaluable in the Yankees clubhouse. He mentored young players, fostered team chemistry, and handled pressure situations expertly. The catching position was a perfect fit for Yogi. Game control, pitcher relationships, strategic thinking. Skills from military leadership were transferable to the baseball context. His career statistics were impressive: .285 batting average, 358 home runs, 1,430 RBIs, 10 World Series championships. But numbers tell an incomplete story. Leadership, character, and humor were equally important. In 1963, Yogi transitioned to coaching and eventually managing. He contributed to Yankees and Mets organizations for decades. Knowledge sharing and young player development were his passion. Hall of Fame induction in 1972 was the career pinnacle. It was recognition of lifetime achievement and contribution to baseball. Military service was rarely mentioned, but was the foundation of everything. In later years, Yogi continued baseball involvement in various capacities: museum work, charitable activities, public appearances. His legend status was cemented, and he became an American icon. His personal life was stable and happy. His marriage to wife Carmen was lasting, and he raised 3 sons. Family values learned in military service were evident in home life. In 2015, Yogi passed away at 90 years old. His legacy was secure in baseball history and American culture. The journey from D-Day veteran to baseball legend was complete. The transformation from combat leader to team captain was seamless, because the fundamental skills were identical: decision-making under pressure, inspiring confidence in teammates, maintaining focus during critical moments, and never giving up when facing overwhelming odds. Yogi's famous quote, "It ain't over till it's over," wasn't just baseball wisdom. It was a philosophy forged in the life and death moments of D-Day, when giving up meant death for him and his crew. This mindset served him throughout his baseball career, leading miraculous comebacks and championship victories. His humor and humility, despite achieving legendary status, stemmed from his working-class roots and the perspective gained from witnessing the ultimate sacrifice of war. Baseball, no matter how important, was still just a game compared to the battles he'd fought for freedom. The leadership skills that made him an exceptional catcher, reading the game, calling plays, managing personalities, staying calm under pressure, were all refined during those harrowing hours off Normandy Beach, when split-second decisions meant the difference between mission success and catastrophic failure. Yogi's legacy extends far beyond baseball statistics. He represented the greatest generation's values: service before self, perseverance through adversity, loyalty to teammates, and finding joy even in difficult circumstances. His journey from immigrant neighborhood to American icon embodies the promise that character and determination can overcome any obstacle. Yogi Berra's journey from D-Day rocket boat to Yankee Stadium shows that character is forged in adversity and leadership is transferable. The transformation from combat zone to baseball diamond, from war hero to sports legend, serves as an example. The most powerful lesson: true leadership develops under pressure. Yogi led his crew under Nazi machine gun fire, then guided his team to championship under World Series pressure. "It ain't over till it's over" wasn't just baseball wisdom, but life philosophy. The D-Day experience embodied universal principles: courage under fire, team coordination, mission focus. Yogi proved that military skills can translate to civilian success with dedication and character. You too can follow Yogi's example in your own championships. Develop character in adversity. Practice team leadership. Maintain humor in pressure situations. Remember, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Decisive action is better than hesitation. Yogi's legacy continues: service through sacrifice, excellence through perseverance, leadership through example. The values he learned in his Dago Hill childhood are still relevant today: hard work, loyalty, optimism. True champions rise from ordinary beginnings to extraordinary achievements through character. The greatest honor we can give Yogi is to adopt his approach. Face challenges with humor, lead by example, never give up.